All right, Nerdsy, you ready?
I'm ready.
Demajiro, are you ready? I'm ready. In a world where, the creative industry is more grimier than you think. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself when you feel that you're being challenged, silenced, right? This is The Vent. I'm one of your hosts, Del Najiro, aka I bring the crowd with me, aka Captain Corners. My other co-host,
Hey.
the Nerd Z.
What's up, people? How you guys doing?
Here at Sunday afternoon,
Right.
or night, I should say night.
Right. How was your day?
Oh man. If you don't know, does that mean it's a good day? When you don't remember what happened.
Dang.
No drugs, people. I'm not talking about like doing paraphernalia and stuff like that. I'm just talking about
I mean, if you don't remember, it could have been that you were just super productive and you did a lot, and that's that.
I've had those times where you're just like, yeah, look where the time went.
Mm-hmm.
But today wasn't that day, Daisy. It was just one. It was just one of those like. I just woke up, did the breakfast thing, whatever, and then. Oh, okay. Maybe it may be not for everybody, but sometimes you have to appreciate the days where you just can sit down and just zone out. Sometimes you need to just sit down and just zone out. Like have your just whatever, like you're reading a book or you're watching a Netflix show or whatever. Like sometimes you have to zone out and just decompress, right? Be on autopilot. Don't do it while you're driving and stuff like that. Like it's very dangerous. We're in Toronto here. Like we got high insurance rates, and then Brampton got high insurance rates because there's some people that be on autopilot. Like some people be autopilot on life, but that's a whole other topic. But yes, sometimes it's good to be on autopilot. Like just to unwind sometimes.
Decompress. Yeah, it's true. That's definitely something that's needed every once in a while, especially if you've been going super strong for a few weeks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna possibly. This is my decompress month.
Oh, cool. Okay,
This is what it is. Yeah.
That's a cool month to do. It's September.
Yeah, I know. This is when everybody's hustling and bustling to get back to school. All these transitions, these changes, new perspectives, new adventures, new everything. But this month, I found that because there's so much going on, that people are in this chaotic state, that this is probably the best month to actually take some time to just fade away in the background for myself.
From your right. That makes sense a little bit.
Yeah.
Because then you get to and then by the time October comes, November, December. Now, would you take another decompress in December naturally? Because that's the quote unquote
birthday month.
Also your birthday month, but also it's a natural holiday vacation season or vacation month, I should say.
Well, I think one of the things that's really awesome about Canada is that the winter actually kind of forces you to hibernate, and it forces you to actually have inside time. So therefore, you should work on whatever it is that you should work on inside.
That's
Right.
That makes sense.
So I think it also kind of puts a spotlight on a lot of things. I think last year I had the opportunity to move away and be away from family, and in that time, during that season, I had inside time, and I had the ability to sit down and actually go through my values, my goals, my aspirations, what motivates me, and develop myself in that time. You know, obviously the 2 meters of snow also kind of added to that, but you know, that's not here or there.
It's not here, there. With the snow,
Yeah, it kind of helps. It kind of helps.
like besides Toronto, like other cities, they be like that. Like
Toronto be getting soft snow in comparison to the rest of Canada. Soft. We're out here complaining like the Brits and the rain.
I mean, that's the last thing they're gonna. That's another thing they're gonna have to not worry about for a while. The rain, because they're gonna be burning up from the future on. That's gonna be some. Hey man, use your shea butter oil for that one. Yo, you guys out there in the UK, shout out to you guys, but yo.
Yeah.
Hey man, that sun's gonna be mean.
Yeah.
But besides like cities like Toronto, Windsor, Niagara, Chicago, anything with every any city with all seasons, yeah, there's a season where you have to be like, yo, I need to like be in here, stay inside more, right?
Yeah.
Reflect.
Facts.
Right, so that makes sense.
So, since we're talking about reflection, let's get into that COVID report.
Wow. We haven't done these in a while.
Yes.
I have a strange feeling that it's gonna start picking up.
Do you? During the winter?
I think it's gonna pick up.
Ooh, not during the season where everybody is hachooing and ing.
That hachu season, yeah. That season, yeah. I don't know, man. It's like the latest right now is it was an opinion article on the Toronto Star, the newspaper, right? Where it's like the opinion was, hey, JT, Justin, not Justin Timberlake for people listening, Justin Trudeau. He may consider reversing the 14-day quarantine for people who are unvaccinated. And
this is a rumor.
This is a rumor. It's basically a rumor, yeah. And part of that web in the rumor is that there's this new what's it called? The CPC party? Conservatives, basically.
Got you.
There's a new guy named...
Not the old guy with the blonde and silver hair?
No, there's some new person that they're like, yo, this guy's the one. Because this... What's his name? Hold on. Well, we do
That's wild.
We do some live research on the show.
You got a new guy?
It's starts with the...
New guy representing the Conservative Party? That's wild.
Yeah.
I need to look into my politics. What are his
This guy's name is... Paul Levere.
Ah, he's French. Or his last name is.
Pierre Paul Levere. That's a... Okay. Won the first round with 68% of points. Paul Levere won the leadership election in a landslide. Bam. So they chose, they said, yo, I'm going to be that guy.
He's that guy.
Right? Which is, hold on, when's the next election for Canada?
It's probably, it was forced recently.
Recently.
Last one. It was actually supposed to happen this year.
Hold on.
So it's going to be in the next, maybe 2 years?
What elections are coming up?
For federal?
For federal, hold on, let me...
Federal election, not provincial elections.
Oh, so it'll take place 2025. Oh, okay.
3 years from now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So watch out for that guy. Paul Levere. Right?
I wonder what his mission statement is. How is he going to help us Canadians? What are we going to change now, Paul Levere?
That's what I'm saying.
Levere.
Pierre Paul Levere. Yeah.
Pierre Paul Levere. Wow, what a name. Whew.
What the? Okay, for those that can't see, I don't know. It's just. I know the light just randomly came on in the
it does that.
Unspoken part here in the studio. Could there be paranormal activity?
Honestly, some wiring issues. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, shoot, some wiring issues. Oh no.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow. Okay.
It's a lot.
Cause you know me, I don't play with the duppy. She had to rhyme that, because I don't know. Go back home.
Facts.
What are you wandering on Earth for? Scaring people.
Facts.
But anyways, the only thing, that's my prediction for COVID. It'll probably start picking up, not like it used to either.
Right.
It'll pick up, but like not shut down really. They can't, they can't shut it down again.
I don't think people are allowed to. I mean, like, I definitely can say that in my workplace, COVID has messed it up significantly. Like, I think, I don't know the stats of it, but we have definitely had a labor reduction by a good percentage.
Like a good, wow.
Like each location probably has 30% loss.
That's a big chunk.
That's a big chunk. There's like vacancies on vacancies upon vacancies. It's
really
crazy. Like you could actually apply now. This would be the best time to work.
To work in a
yeah.
So for those listening, the hustle right now is work at your library because there's a big opening right now. They said it for a lot of places too. There's a big openings right now. Mm-hmm. You got people who passed on, rest in power to them, and then you have people that they're like, I'm not gonna go out and deal with this COVID thing. Nah, I'm gonna stay out. I'm gonna retire early.
Yeah. Some people didn't get. Some people didn't get it, and because it's required in order for you to work for them, a lot of people, they chose not to get it. When they chose not to work, they let go.
Wow.
Or got let go.
So that now they dropped it now? Or
I don't know if they dropped it now. Because then if they do drop it, that's a suit.
Right.
That's a problem. They'd have to keep up to that mandate.
Wow.
Yeah. But I know other industries and other establishments that have suits against them.
That's what I'm saying. I heard rumors some have won, right? So
one with this one.
Right.
I heard there's one with that one. With most public industries are definitely having a suit, from what I understand or from what I heard through the grapevine. There's collective suits being made by people, especially about this whole COVID things and the loss of their employment because of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially why there's a high chance you'll lose a bag if we go to LA one day because there's not enough people. I don't even know if people got their passports yet still, or the Nexus, because they're telling them, just stay in this line for 6 hours. Nah, man, I can't do that.
Because they're short?
Because they're short on staffing, Ooh. Yeah. And when you're short on staffing, you're overworked.
They wanted to go digital?
Ooh. So they say.
But how are you going to go digital if you don't have the people to actually type? Ooh. But we're not.
You see what I'm saying? You're overstaffed. Or
you're understaffed.
Understaffed, sorry. Which means someone gets overworked. And when you're overworked, you make mistakes. Right?
We can't afford those.
I wish I could find the clip, but there's a clip of actors going yo, Air Canada's the worst service ever. They lost my luggage and thing. That's a bad look.
That's bad.
I gotta hunt that clip down.
That's crazy.
That's a very bad look. Because TIFF just ended yesterday, so I'm wondering who's the next alleged actor gonna be yo, I went through Air Canada and they lost my luggage. And then they speak about it on their socials and then it blows it. That's not a good look.
That's not. Talking about not a good look. If some of you guys have been following on, was it Six Buzz or?
Six Buzz definitely broke that. They broke it for us.
If you guys know, we have the, put in quotes, queen of hip hop in Toronto.
Queen. No.
What would she be?
She's called the Queen of Toronto.
Queen of Toronto, just the Queen of Toronto.
Wait.
But for hip hop itself, the category is hip hop.
The category is hip hop. Yeah.
If you guys have seen on Six Buzz, Rolling Loud had Chromas performing, and
it was garbage.
Talk about it was recycling. Let's be honest, because that's what was being thrown at her.
That was funny.
Water bottles.
They filled that stage like Woodstock '99. They filled that stage.
So, if you guys haven't seen the clips, definitely check out Six Buzz for what happened. And Chromas, she did reply to what happened as well. But if you guys didn't see, basically Chromas was on stage. She was performing, and the crowd just was against her,
Right.
throwing all forms of material at her. Water bottles, specifically water bottles, and she got booed in the stand like crazy. And during her little performance, she tried to fight back with a little by squaring up to a few fans.
That's you don't win that way.
And telling them, you know, come at me, bro. Since that was really the energy. Come at me, bro. And telling people that they were lame.
What was she doing on the mic though? Like, honestly,
I don't know. I didn't see the performance. I want to see the performance. I want to see what actually was the reason why where people started to like boo and why they started booing,
right? And
where was her performance failing at? Because personally, I don't know Chromas to be a great performer, to be very honest.
Yeah, that's
she's just great for marketing. That's what I see about her. But
that's a fair thing. Yeah, marketing.
You know, you can never be wrong at somebody who's great at one area of the artistry altogether.
Right.
But like performing live, I wouldn't think that she would be that person anyways. She's not a Beyonce, and she's not a, you know, like where you see the person matches their vocals.
Right.
You know, like that's the energy that obviously you know is a great performer. But like,
I'm gonna go left for a second. Ice Spice was here too, and she got. She's weird because Ice Spice got the same. Because Chromas was complaining that the crowd was a little too. They're not into it, right? Mm-hmm. But then Ice Spice had a similar crowd, but then it's funny because she twerked on stage and all of a sudden everyone's like, yeah! And it helps too. She has like a hot song right now too. I think it's Munch, right? I think that's what it's called.
I wouldn't know. I'd have to hear.
But people are making jokes with the Chromas thing like, yo, Ice Spice is the queen of the city now. I was like, that's like... You know,
shots are fired. Whoa.
Right?
Whoa. But I mean, she did follow up.
How'd you get on that spot anyways?
Who?
Chromas? I'm trying to think, yeah.
I think that, honestly, I think it was a assortment of things that, first off, I think it was self-proclaimed. That's one.
Okay.
But things that would have led to her self-proclaiming would be the fact that that one summer where she started blowing up. This is during the times when Tory Lanez was doing the got milk emojis and dropping all the emojis, peach emojis in the chat during that season.
Right.
I think during that rise of like Instagram being hot at the time when everybody was inside, I think Chromas was also on that level as well, where she was getting hot as well on the internet. So
for those listening, everyone inside, meaning like lockdown, basically.
Yes.
From 2020 to 2021.
What's the guy? We Love Hip Hop Network had picked her up and did an interview. I think she did a few interviews actually.
With them, yeah.
During that time.
Ricky Dread, yeah.
Then she had done a few other stuff. She also had done an interview that was on a bigger platform across in the States.
That's called No Jumper. Adam 22, yeah.
So I think that's what really started to really push her. And then the whole tapping into the adult industry.
Yeah, she kind of played with
that as well. So that kind of also gave the lure of like, oh, what's happening with her? And then her Instagram being deleted. Her coming back and saying how she doesn't need to, like, Instagram don't got her like that and doesn't matter because she's going to get all her followers and more. Because I think she got deleted at 30,000? Mm-hmm. Now she's at 300. So if you're looking at her numbers,
hold on, let me see.
She's up there.
Wow.
So she went from 30,000, I think, when it got deleted, and then she basically 10 times that.
She's supposed to name messed up too. Hold on. It's like Chrome.
And then what else? And then just the stuff that has been going. I don't follow Chromas that deep, but I know the highlights. I know her highlight reel. And but based on that performance, I don't think anything would have saved her for that. To be very honest.
Yeah, I don't.
Nothing in her track record would have saved her to get booed like that?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, because even when she was performing, I was like, oh, she's getting booed, and then at the step, the reason I asked that question, I'm like, wait, what? Has she dropped music recently? Like, we're talking.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I heard a song recently.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, how?
And if she has dropped something, not that I know from her Canadian viewer perspective, maybe in the States.
Even then, I'm all the States.
And where would I find her music? On Spotify?
Yeah, either Spotify or what? YouTube, right?
Under what name?
That I'm gonna assume it's just her Chroma's name. Like,
Nah, I gotta look.
yeah, that's a good question. For people listening, it's like, wait, from that performance time to what 6 months back, like.
I mean, the biggest track that she has for streaming is 119,000.
Oh. So like you say, it's probably a mix of other things.
Mm-hmm. And her lowest track is 7,600.
7,600. Wow.
I'm trying to think. Let me see if I know. Let me see somebody else I know. Let's see somebody I know and see what their numbers are.
Should he? Now the question I'm saying, like, or I'm asking, should she have been in that spot in the first place? That's my question. Because didn't someone get pulled off the Rolling Loud? I forgot the guy's name. It starts with the M. Hold on.
Somebody did.
Rolling Loud.
But
removed.
I just want to understand why. Like, what really escalated? And I mean, if you guys already seen the clips, you know what happened, definitely put it in the chat so we can also be up to date with what's happening.
Yeah, right? Because...
Ew. Oh, but in addition to that, there was a whole situation that happened at Rolling Loud. Wasn't there a shooting? And then they tried to say that how something else happened.
We were talking about that a little bit, yeah. But basically nothing happened.
But nothing happened.
Right?
That sounded like a media scare for nothing.
Right,
because they're really trying to get people involved.
So Mula first was removed from Rolling Loud.
True.
Because his statement was like, when they announced it, he's like, yo, there ain't gonna be no day 2 and day 3.
Right.
But he was talking about music.
Right.
But then they thought it was like, oh.
It was a shot or a threat.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. I think next year. First off, I guess congrats to the people that perform.
Yes,
right?
Facts, because Toronto's on the spot.
Because now Toronto's on the spot.
Well, I mean, it's always on the spot.
We've been on the spot since Maestro.
Let's be honest. We've been creating music.
Chaos.
We've been creating artistry.
Socrates.
We've been contributing in so many ways that people they can't deny us. But then for whatever reason,
Drake.
They seem like they have to continuously
P&D.
discover us.
Weekend. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of people.
Like we haven't
Julie
had a
Black.
hand. Like, what?
Divine Brown. Yeah, Divine Brown.
Yeah.
There's a lot of yo.
Why are we acting like we don't know? We know. We know people. So.
I don't get it, man.
But kudos for an American festival coming into Canada and recognizing our own.
That's a good look, because that's how you get booked for more shows. You get booked for more shows. You get more exposure. Then yeah.
But who are we exposing it to?
I mean, who are you exposing it to? That's actually a good question.
Just one of them. That's it. Because, half the artists that were on Rolling Loud, unless you're a die-hard fan for each of the artists, how many of these people do you hear playing on the radio or anywhere? On commercial TV, in movies, etc. No shade to them.
Yeah.
But what are they doing to ensure that people are actually seeing their work?
Let us know in the comments below. Because I guess you're referring to the legacy way where you're like, okay,
yeah,
gotta get on the radio, boom.
Yeah.
Even though they say you don't need the radio, but it depends. And
people still listen. They still tune in. There's still a reason why that media platform hasn't died out yet.
Then it hasn't died out yet. Right.
There's still reasons why we have converted analog radio to digital spaces.
Right.
Because we actually do like this.
And there's more, it's easier to like send out. I was thinking of like a musical platform where like you can get on and just do your own radio show and not have to worry about copyright strikes. For my own show, like I'll be putting so many people onto stuff that came out at a certain point that didn't get like the love it got, and then just give it love, right? Shoot, I can make like probably like albums that should have went gold. I'll make it go gold because people should be like, you should have been listening to this at this point in time, right? And I can definitely see people going like, yo, this is sick. Right?
The hype. Trust me, like I think that's really what's missing in like Canada. The hype.
Yeah.
Because like even the other day, like I was looking at, prime example. I was looking at Jessie Reyez. And there was a clip that was floating around by a photographer. And Jessie Reyes's clip of her, I guess her album release party or mixtape release party, something release.
Yeah.
And a lot of the big heads were there. So like Drake, Diddy, those guys were there.
Yeah.
And it's like, when's the last time I saw Jessie Reyez though?
Oh, like as in like, when you say when the last time, you mean more like consistently like...
Like in my face. Marketing wise.
You mean like in your... Oh, okay.
Like, what has she been doing?
What was her last like big project? I gotta look that up. Hold on.
Right?
When was her last big project? Hold on. I'm trying to... Someone put me onto that, but I can't remember.
Here? I ask myself, what am I doing here?
Oh, okay.
I think that's her.
Oh, right. Okay. That couldn't be the last movie.
That had the buzz and the hype. I think that's probably the last time I heard the buzz and hype around Jessie Reyez.
Wait, hold on. Her 2016 single Figures.
There we go.
That's 2016? Wow. That's a while back.
That's a while. That's like, what, 6 years now?
Hold on. This one, born 1991.
And what has been released after that?
Hold on. Recording Feel It Too with Tory Lanez and Tammy at the 2020 Juno Awards. Okay. Written song. Okay. That's why. She's more of a songwriter, I guess. So that's why, like when you're songwriting, you're not in the face as much.
Okay.
Kind of like how Sci-Hi, the Prince, if you writes for like Kanye and stuff like that, you're not gonna see him
in the front
like that.
But I mean,
he had an epic rant the other day.
He
had an epic rant. This person didn't pay me. This guy's supposed to give me a verse and give me a verse. My album's supposed to come out this time. It's not coming out. People are giving me the runaround. Like, he went in.
See, and that's the thing. Like, yo, why do we never hear about this?
Well, he put it out there. I guess to take control of the situation or give awareness, maybe it's the job of the artist to be like, no, I'm gonna go on Instagram Live, and I'm gonna air out what's happening
and let the people know.
And let people know like what's like happening right now. This is why I haven't come out in this year.
Yeah.
Because this happened and this happened.
Yeah.
This person who I want to really work with, they're giving me standoffish vibes and stuff like that. Like, yeah. He was going in on the Instagram Live.
Is that a common thing that artists go through?
Sadly, it is. Sadly.
We were just talking about that.
And we just had a pod before the pod about that. Yeah.
The Inception pod.
The Inception pod.
Pod before the pod before the pod. But talking about how people have to deal with, what do you actually call that? Because it's really confronting a conflict. But what's really the right way to go about confronting this? Somebody says they owe you or they're going to do this or whatever, and they never do it.
I mean, the best solution is always to go through like the diplomatic way at first, but then, okay, now you're at a point like it's not being handled. I think, sadly, it may not always work though, but sadly, sometimes going on social media and be like, this is what's happening now. Because I bet after Sci-Hi got off that call, he was probably getting, or got off that live, I should say. He was probably getting calls, DMs, and stuff, and probably as we speak, he's probably still working on those issues. Because like I said, like the pod before the pod we had, like someone would tell you to your face, like, this is what you like. You owe me this. Like you didn't prepare me for this type of thing. And then they still try to. They start to like play you around, like they don't take you serious.
Is this like the in-person scammer?
In a way, no. Some artists in the music industry get done like an in-person scammer. Like, yo, like, Z, I'm gonna give you a verse. Verse, because the common thing is like verse for verse. So if I'm the larger artist and I give you a verse, it can pop you up a bit, right?
Yeah.
But then he was claiming that he gave a verse.
Yeah, it gives exposure.
Exposure, yeah. So yeah, you give me the verse, I use it, and then you're waiting your turn. Like, okay, this would be a nice look, and then you get a runaround. I change my number.
Dang.
We're at the same award show. I see you, but I don't see you. Like it's yeah, man. It's
I know those ones.
That scamming thing is real, man.
I definitely can say that I've encountered a few of those with photography. As much as people would say, "Oh, how could you ever?" What? Yeah, man. People would definitely not pay you for your work. You try to say
very quickly, like,
they want to get the pictures over and hand it over to them before they actually pay you.
Yeah, and they'll say it like matter of factly, like yeah, just give me the product.
Yeah.
Give me the song you wrote about. Okay, I'll look at it.
Yeah.
Wait, has it got? Okay, I know in the music industry though, from what artists have explained, producers, journalists, people that hang around the artists, whatever. I've heard grimy stuff where like you're in the studio, you get up for a second to take a break. People would put their USB in, copy the thing, and then.
Yeah, well, that's how leaks happen. Yeah.
That's how leaks happen.
My thing is, why is it
stealing people's sound?
We never know when these leaks actually, like, where the pit and the root of the leak is.
Because Beyonce's album leaked early.
Yeah, Beyonce's album leaked. Yeah.
And it's just like, how does it leak? What?
Like, how? How did it go from one person's hand to another that it got into the wrong hands? And that person just did a whole mass message.
Right? Like,
to everyone.
Right.
Well, I want to be in the group of people that get the leaked albums.
Yeah, leak me some albums.
Leak me an album. Let me hear it.
Leak the vent some albums. I want to hear some stuff. And the movies too. Actually, movies are more. I don't know. They're more like.
We're not promoting leaking. We're not promoting.
Yeah, the movies, like, they're more, I guess, compared to the music industry, they're more. I don't think it's aggressive, but they're more strict.
Yeah.
Like they call it a screener copy. You can't you can't be handed a screener copy and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna present this. No, man, they hit you with that copyright quick.
Facts. Well, aside from that, aside from Canadians being put on once again in Toronto at the Rolling Loud, and then the quiet hush hush releases and release parties that are happening,
right,
with other larger named, well-known artists. What else? What else is happening?
Do you feel it's been quiet in the city?
It's been very quiet.
It's
making me very nervous.
Very
nervous.
I don't know.
Very nervous.
Yeah, I don't know if the Chroma thing was like the pinnacle of this.
Of quiet?
No, because it's like, what songs was she had songs before? Is she performing a song that was hot and then representing it now? Like what? And then we talk about Jesse Reeves, but Jesse Reeves is writing. But when you're writing, you're kind of you're tucked away. That makes sense. But then I don't know. I guess there's other artists that get envisioned in the city, but once again, they don't get promoted as much.
Mm-hmm. And who's responsible for that? Who is responsible for promoting these artists? That's the question.
Unfortunately, if you're not signed, it's yourself.
It's yourself.
It's really yourself. That it's on you.
Right?
Right?
Or your media team.
Your media team, yeah. Even a because billboards are not that expensive, but even a billboard, I can't even think of
any signs or anything. I think the last time I saw anything recently would probably be a year ago.
A year ago.
Where I saw some artists on the billboards down at by Dundas and Yonge.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow.
That's probably the last time I actually seen any graphics of any Toronto artists or artists from Canada.
Right. Now the smaller ones they happen, but it's like the big, like even the poster size ones you don't see.
I haven't seen anything
as often, right? Definitely billboards, yeah. I don't know, man.
What's happening?
Like they say the internet, but like the internet can be manipulated too. It is manipulated. What am I saying? Can be.
Bruh.
Like the pod before the pod. We were talking about how numbers can be
mad fake and manufactured
and manufactured. Like you buy your followers or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the advertisers can say, okay, this person's popping. Let's give them an in-person to person show.
Mm-hmm.
And then in person to person, they're like, where's the people?
Yeah. Your numbers don't match.
You're mad, yeah.
Your ratios don't match.
But then if you don't have like the pretty number or whatever,
mm-hmm.
they don't even give you a look. But then you could be a very well like
pulling everybody. You could have like 100% shows with every one of your fans showing up.
And it's just like, yeah. They're like, who are you? And it's like, yo, I bring the crowd with me. Like I have 2,000. I have 2,000 tickets signed. Like, are you lending me the venue or not? It's just like, oh, I don't know. Your numbers are kind of
they're kind of low. See, and then that's when there's so many things. Like you just gotta question
what a Toronto artist would do. Like that's a good.
And what are we basing our like standards on?
Yeah, like is it Canada or the States? Well, sadly, it has to be the States. Like unfortunately, you have to compete with where the capital of like all the studios are, which is like California.
This is true, but I mean, if we can pull those numbers from the States to come up to Canada, I think that would be a good look more than anything. Based on your actual market as an artist, say for example, if you can get your American listeners to come up, buy a ticket to come up to Canada to attend your show, purchase your ticket to your show.
That's a big strike.
That's a big one. Like,
because I know comedians, like, they'll come up to Toronto or Montreal and their people just like, oh, you come to my city? And then just...
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
And people will fly to go to different shows in the States too, from Canada. So why can't the reverse happen?
Well, they come for our Caravana, so that they can look into that.
It's possible, so
it is possible. They do come.
Yeah.
It's just now figuring out, like, okay,
how to make it happen.
It's like the quote that guy told you. That I think you told me one day, like, you want to keep your sanity here, but make American money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could go to the States, yeah, but you're in the States.
Mm-hmm.
And for listeners out there, the States is a different animal. Anytime I cross that border, man, you'll see me in a different, like, you'll be like, Katie, is that you? It's like, yeah, but I'm scanning the air right now. I'm not really... That States is different, man.
But we appreciate you guys. For sure.
Definitely.
You guys definitely are the heart and soul of hustling. Especially if you're coming from New York. New York.
They know people like man them in the States, gal them in the States. They hustle. They know
hustle. Facts.
Compared to here,
yeah. Over there, it's a real grind.
Right.
Like facts on facts. Like on 10.
Like people in the States grind.
They
like,
do. And they put you on.
And
that's the other thing. They put you on over there. Like I think that's also something that's a cultural thing with them, where it's like everyone will support and root everybody because if you pop off, we all win.
We all win, yeah.
That's really what it is. Everybody wins based on the support and love that you pour into somebody. Versus over here in Canada, where it's kind of like, or Toronto, because I don't know the rest of Canada per se.
Yeah, but
because I went north of Toronto, and there was love. I don't know about Toronto. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, that makes you.
So there's a very much crab in the bucket kind of mindset and approach. You know, the one thing I was definitely like, I noticed about Toronto is that they don't know how to move money. They don't know how to make it flow. They don't know how to push it. They don't know how to do any of that stuff. And then if the concept of gatekeepers is really true here, this is a dying generation of whoever the gatekeepers are. They need to pass on the torch so people can come.
Right, yeah.
That's another thing. If it's a generation of older people who just refuse to let go of the actual position, if it's actually just being a clique to uphold a certain image or look, you forget you have to be liked by people.
That's also that. That is true.
We gotta like you in order for your stuff to keep pushing.
Because what Chroma's found out is that they boo you quickly.
Yo!
Like, for those who are listening, like, if you go to New York, there's the famous Apollo Theater.
Yep.
And before in the music industry, before they started chopping down on like artist development and stuff like that, they would make you perform at the Apollo. And the Apollo is one of those shows that, like, if you do bad at Apollo, they don't even go. They go like, you're not gonna make it. It's the Apollo used to be like the stage, right? But now people that are going to Toronto from the States, imagine the whole of Toronto's the Apollo. Like if you do a good show, people are like, but hey man, if you do a bad show in Toronto here, like Cardinal told you, bottles will be flying at the door. Cardinal was not joking when he told you guys that.
Because people
you have to.
Yo, they want what their money's worth.
They
know what good performing is.
Toronto is Apollo times 10.
And I think that's probably why some of us don't make it though.
No, but it's really like,
yo,
like if Chromas did like the 400, people were like, yeah.
I heard it was just her. She was like, oh man, I just heard she was just not performing. Like she was like off completely. The music and her were not together. And just like, I heard she was sitting down. Like from what I seen, she was just sitting down.
Sitting down, and she was just going,
that was it. It's like, her music seemed like it was playing more than her actual voice. Right. Not even a lip sync. Just let it run. Just let it run.
How do you feel about lip syncing? Because it's
honestly,
more.
I hate it, but you know what? I kind of grew up on it. So if you're gonna do it, at least have a banging routine. That's all I care about. Sierra is number one for this.
Okay. If you, because you're really there to hear the bop and kind of break out in the shoulder.
Yeah, let me see the moves.
It's all crowded. You're trying to.
Yeah.
Sorry. I will do. Sorry.
Yeah, but if you're gonna just sit there and lip sync the whole thing through,
sitting and lip sync is crazy.
I do not enjoy people who pull a Selena Gomez. I refuse. I'm sorry. She was known for this. She did it. I refuse. She sat through it.
I haven't heard a song from her in a while.
She's done a lot. She's actually done one with WizKid.
Jumping on the wave.
She featured on it. Yep.
Jumping on the wave.
But I'm just saying, I'm okay with a little, lip syncing, especially if you're out of breath. If you're breathy, cool. I get it. Catch your breath. But
some people say it's to preserve the voice sometimes.
Yes, and I'm okay with that. That's what I'm saying. I'm okay. Not like I said, not everybody is Beyonce. Not everybody is out here training with a 2 mile run
and singing
singing
on key at the same time.
Breathiness. I'm just saying, I understand. Not everybody chose that life. Okay, Beyonce did. So I get it. But if you're going to walk on stage and sing on key, perfect. If you're going to bust a whole choreography routine, and then all of a sudden get elevated into the sky, do a few tricks, come back down,
that part,
do whatever the case is.
I understand.
I get it. I get it.
I don't know. Depends on whose routine it is. But I understand. Like, you're doing you're doing like a Janet Jackson intense. Not to say that Janet Jackson did it before. Like, there's no evidence to it. But like, if you're doing one of her routines or Sierra routine or
Chris Brown,
Jennifer Lopez,
Beyonce,
Neo, Beyonce,
they do it.
like,
I get it. If you're creating and performing at that tier and that level, you're allowed. You're allowed to lip sync.
So you're saying, ever since Milli Vanilli, everybody has like a poster in their wall. The secret part, they go to their house, candles lit, and they just go and see. They do this. They look at the poster and say, "Thank you, Milli Vanilli. Thank you. I get to thank you." They pray. They treat it like an altar. They pray to it every day, and they're just like, "Thank you, guys."
Because they allowed it.
They allowed it. It wasn't even them. So imagine, it's one thing you're lip syncing and the instrumental's playing, but like their thing was like someone's in the back just someone's in the back doing that, and they're just mimicking it, and then they got caught when they're like, "Hey, this isn't
dumb.
Didn't match it." I think they showed who the real singers are.
Dang, you get a whole singer singing your songs for you while you just be the face.
Right. Who's Simpson?
That's wild.
You know Jessica Simpson, right?
Yes.
So her sister got.
Oh yeah.
Eesh.
Oh yeah.
That clapped her career, even though.
Because that's the thing. It's like, if you're a fan, that's what I mean. Like, I think it comes back to that. It's like, you are basically a scammer. No one wants to really say it, but you're saying it. Like, let's say it without saying it. But you're a scammer. Like, you out here with the lack of authenticity. That's what it is. You came, you presented a beautiful box. You had a mixed and mastered track that was made to sound great. You come on stage and it wasn't even you on the track.
That's
It's somebody else in the background, or it's just the audio engineer who made your voice sound immaculate.
Immaculate, yeah.
And you just out here with the mic in your hand. The thing is not on, but you're just mouthing it.
That's
disrespect. Why did I pay my money for this? I should be bumping to the audio engineer, not you.
Shout out to the audio engineers out there.
What? Guy. Put them on.
So he's the real singer.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So the Milli Vanilli, the other guy, passed away from suicide because they caught ended up in a dark space and he took his own life, right?
And I was like, we got caught.
Right, but
couldn't take it on, eh? But I'm saying, like, it just kind of like, you walk out here, it's like, oh. And I mean, I don't know who to blame in that situation. Honestly, I don't. Do I blame the person who had the dream of being a celebrity and wanting to get to that point and level of, like, stardom?
Do you blame the dumb fans? Because some fans are dumb.
Or do I blame the person who said, okay, this is a great idea. They'll never know.
Oh, the industry. That's a very good... I think it's a shared blame. For me, I see it's a shared blame of... Like, I put a little... If I was making a sandwich... I'm a little hungry now. If I was making a sandwich, the chicken part, honey ham, roast beef, whatever the condiment you like, veggie burger, the meat, the part you're biting into the most... Your water mouths for. That's the industry part. That's like, to even manufacture that. And then the artists, I guess, is the other parts, like the ketchup, the mayo, the lettuce, tomatoes, pickles.
The seasoning.
And then the dumbass fans are the buns. Because they move bunny, or they move bummy. Like, they move so stupid sometimes, some fans.
Yeah.
Can't be a fanatic to somebody.
Yeah.
That's what a fan means. A fanatic to someone.
Yeah. So... I think that's just what it is.
I give it shared blame.
Yeah. That's probably what we have here. We don't have that. Because we have a law that's against any type of fakeness. This is probably why our industry isn't booming like it should be.
I mean...
We can't get away with all of that. You gotta be you or that's it.
It gotta be... yeah. It gotta be you or that's it. But look, next year I'm assuming Rolling Loud's happening again.
I hope.
Now's the time for you guys, like artists out there, like be like, yo, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Visualize it. Put it in your vision board. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna kill it. Should be used with a punchline now. That's the crazy part.
What?
No, should just be used with a punch. Like, I'm not gonna perform like that. I'm gonna perform like they're gonna move like that.
Oh, are we saying that's the standard? Dang.
Dang.
What we're not going to do is
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure this thing is on.
Facts. Right. We out and popping. But this is true. This is true. How many other Canadians are out here putting out their heart and soul and their music, or just any artist in Canada who's putting out their heart and soul and producing great stuff that is either one, not being seen, not being respected, not discovered yet, for the masses. And yeah, I mean, if you guys definitely put in the comments below anybody that you think that is underground, you're like, how is it this person isn't famous yet? All that stuff, put them in the comments below.
I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot for the remainder of this year.
Yeah. Tag them. Because we want to see it. We want to see it, and we want to put these people out.
So, I don't know.
But yeah.
Don't be afraid to shout people out. I don't want people like be weird with it.
Facts.
Like, hey, this is the person you need to see. Anytime I put something on my stories on IG, and it's another person's page, I'm like, hey, you need to like look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Like click on because on the IG stories, if you quote a post that someone made, you can click directly. It'll take you directly there, right? Yeah, so any dope stuff I go, I'm like, I just do it.
I feel that.
Like, there's no shame in me with that.
But they say, oh, you should leave a little mystery, yeah? Keep them on their toes.
Now, the gentleman we spoke to before, I mean, that's pretty mysterious.
Right?
Because, like, where's your work? You're like...
Right?
You're like, what do you mean?
Yeah. If you mess with me, then you know me. That's that.
That's
fire.
That's an interesting mentality.
Fire. It's like, wait. Then who are you? Who are you? Because now I want to work with you. Exactly.
And when they say when they're curious about you, that's when they start going.
That's when they
get drawn in. Like, okay, this guy's like.
Facts. Right. But you know, we all be living our own worlds. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh man.
And what's the last?
I think that's everything.
Oh, that is everything. Oh wow.
Yeah, yo.
I guess for the outro, I'll just say this is happening live now. Hopefully Puerto Rico gets fully restored into power.
True.
Because they say that whole island is 100% no power.
That's wild.
2000. What was our blackout? That was 2000.
18? 19?
The blackout we had was
19.
First of all, this phone.
Yo, the way these years are coming through in my mind, I'm like, yo, when did I remember all this?
That was 2003. The blackout.
2003 was the blackout?
Yeah.
I'm sure we had another one.
Did we? You're talking about the Rogers. I think you're talking about the Rogers outing.
Nah, not Rogers outing. Rogers outing happened this year.
That happened this year, yeah.
But there was another blackout. I swear it was 2019.
We did? Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Blackout. Like, you go outside and you're like...
No streets are on.
You go outside and you're like, whose hand is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my hand.
Who's touching me?
But nah, hopefully Puerto Rico gets the help that they need. That's a whole nother. Cause if we're recording right now, like the pod's still gonna come out. It's just I don't know how it'll get to you guys because the file will be saved, but I don't know how it's gonna be uploaded. Imagine we went 100% right now, no power.
Madness.
Right. But be sure to visit the theventpod page on your IG, Twitter,
Spotify, Apple Music,
SoundCloud, Acast,
and I believe all streaming platforms. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But before we continue shouting out, do you have anything that you would like to plug?
Del Nigiro on Twitter and Instagram. DELNIJIRO. Even I'm an enigma of myself.
Dang.
Like,
That's hard.
sometimes I don't even be knowing like what?
You're a mysterious person
Yo.
yourself.
What are we doing right now? Like, and like, you know,
Yeah.
come support.
Facts. And as you guys know, it's your girl, the Nerd Z. You can find me on Instagram at the Nerd Z, and you can also follow my photography page at zzz.studioto on Instagram. And check out what I've been doing lately. I literally just did a trade for print shoot with a beautiful brand called the Rum Shack. They have been on the podcast before. We've shouted them out on many occasions.
Big shout out to you.
One summer, because their stuff is amazing. Definitely head over to the Rum Shack on Instagram and purchase your batch today. So again, did a shoot today, and you can find me at zzz.studioto, and you can follow me on my personal page at the Nerd Z, TheNerdZZZ on Instagram. But back to the Vent Pod. Definitely send us your questions, concerns, and
Complaints.
complaints. Yes. At askthevent@gmail.com.
That's right. Jamal.com.
Yeah, man. And we will make sure to tag, post, and respond to your guys' comments.
That's right.
So we will check you guys later, and we out.
Peace.
Wash your hands.